season ever for a wide receiver. So, in other words, Chase established himself as a top 5 receiver in the game. But in an absolute stunner, Madden 23's initial ratings had Chase at just 87 overall. Not only that, but he wasn't even placed in the top 10 among wideouts. And Chase sent out a short and sweet tweet on the matter. And that...
A minute 37 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Ball. Pass to Levine. From deep. Cuts down the long tail. Levine's got 5 points now in this quarter.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball.
And had no accompanying photo. And he was ranked at a measly 57 overall. But Brady was actually more bothered by the awareness rating of 41. Well, that rating didn't age so well. Good luck explaining that 41 awareness rating to the teams that Tom has thoroughly dominated throughout his career, EA. Let Brady serve as a reminder that just because Madden developers once treated you as a nobody, it doesn't mean you won't become a GOAT someday. I mean, it's a pretty special story to go from no name and no face to the greatest quarterback who ever lived. Deebo Samuel. In a surprise, Deebo Samuel of the San Francisco 49ers wasn't even rated as a top 10 receiver for the initial Madden 23 ratings. Quite stunning for a guy who racked up 1,770 yards of offense and 14 total touchdowns in 2021, wouldn't you say? Not to mention, the guy averaged 18.2 yards per catch. But anywho, those who are hoping for a hilarious complaint from Deebo would not be disappointed. Rather than the typical, I should be rated higher rant, Samuel kept it short and sweet with a very simple tweet. The do-it-all wingback made it clear that he doesn't trip over Madden ratings, adding that he only plays the NBA 2K franchise. That's understandable. After all, NBA 2K doesn't seem to irritate the professionals with their player ratings the way that Madden does. But in some ways, though, it makes you wonder if higher ratings in Madden down the road would make Deebo feel inclined to give the game a try. But what's your biggest complaint?
Number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
What? They got mobile. Texting, Corey, and Chris Paul.
Because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Friday Now sale. Save up to 60%
all
on
these
with
other
queen
cars.
mattresses starting at $279.99.
So,
And don't miss this doorbuster. Get 2 free bedding must-haves valued at
And it's out of bounds. Cleveland.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
1:19 left in the fourth quarter here. And for Cleveland, Mobley and Allen together in the middle. Colin Sexton out there with Chris Paul. And it's Avdia in at the 3. Sexton, the open look. Yep, right through the net. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
Well, he knows he can make it from there, so he shoots that one with confidence. Sexton looking very, very self-assured right now.
11 feet out, and he hits it.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting at a decent clip, 45% for the game. And he buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
You see right there, that is why everybody is still very high on Lonzo Ball. Has a 6th sense to win the dish.
And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And here's Chicago. Back to Levine. 3-pointer. Oh, he nails it! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings it within 1. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to the team. He told them, quote, "It all comes down to the next few minutes. That's what will decide this game. So step up. This is your moment, not theirs. Inspiring words, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Outside Paul. Poke loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. And so it's Cleveland with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good. And that'll put him up 2.
As a veteran leader, Chris sets a high standard for the team that he's playing on. It's really elevated the other guys.
Here's Levine for 3.
Bitch ass, nigga. Man. You trying to cheat me, man? I check a goal. Check a goal. It's called choke. He always does. He misses a free throw. It's called choke. What's the word? He's like this. Oh, at the moment, you got a big man going to me. Black.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Great shot! The winner at the buzzer. It doesn't get any better.
Man, I'm just blown away. Absolutely as clutch as you can get. People are going to be talking about that shot for a long time.
So it's the Bulls taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
It's a shame. He finds himself stuck in a mismanaged team that really isn't doing much to put him in a position to succeed. Really hope Fields can eventually put it together and improve a franchise-changing quarterback, but it's hard to imagine him doing much in 2022. But that's on the Bears for dealing with such a bad breakout. Most of the recent drafts, who are picking top? But the team's picking ahead of the Lions in 2021 versus locked in on quarterbacks and pass catchers. Now he's the depth in Campbell squad and 7th slot. Certainly the Lions are playing. They came away with the Graham regarded as best defensive lineman prospect in the Lions. Did have his struggles as a rookie. I just thought that label just to sign me. Me and Chase connected like we signed me. That's borderline pro level, and yet he has to me nicely. Not even close. On his right team. Yeah, call us right people. Private flight franchise. At the moment, but the morning star is the TFO. Caterpillar robbery, I fought to lift it up. I went on the stand, told the judge, pass my cup. Hey, ran up 20 million, told the devil, keep the love. Keep that, keep the, they, slay. Talk to me nicely. Keep her on the chain, that ain't like. Scots with no strings, you can't tie me. And the plane on where the Skypes be. Yep, in my slime tee. Prissy in his prime, yellow bone too feisty. Clean them up, no knocking. Yep, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Pipe Williams for the hype. They gon' satisfy your cravings. Enjoy a savory Southwest bacon waffle small fries, 4-piece nuggets, and a small drink. $5 getaway meal with Southwest bacon waffle only at Burger King.
So you got.
Your favorite team isn't getting any pressure against the Lions. You'll know what. I expect Pro Bowl and they'll go nuts. Now, it's hard to comprehend the Washington I've been ripping and running, I slipping and sliding, I met a tendency. It's just the front seven was not the remedy. When we open gates up at Utopia, it's like Zootopia. You see the crosses over here. That's how you know it's us. At 4 a.m. I'm phoning up. Not for no shoulder up, them jackboys open cleaners up. The way they fold it up, yeah, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Hype Williams for the hype, please. Yeah, they gon'
gon' wipe you before you wipe me. Yeah, I'm boxes of checks, not my checks, not my.
I be where the light be. Bangers in the system, it's bangers in the system, it's ancient and
We're not
anarchy.
exactly keen on the idea
Bangers
of
in the
turning it
system,
around
it's like
when you
bangers in the
It was
system,
a
it's
better
like
reach to begin with, and Jack Del Rio didn't seem to have a good idea on how exactly
and my
to use
age.
it. We're not classifying Davis as a bust or anything, but he does have to be an above-average starter to meet or exceed expectations as a sophomore. With so many playmakers around him, it's going to be tough for Davis to get enough playing time to truly break out. We expect at least
I be
one
feeling
more
like I
year
don't be
of
popping
growing
enough, I be
pains
humble.
before
I'm
he
keep showing my
finally
earth if I want. Hang up the
break
phone on that app like no.
Christian
I told you don't play with me. She be acting funny, probably thinking me. I thought I was famous, she say thought I was taken. I'm ready to mingle. Just you saying let go. I do my little dance. I pick up my pants with bands with plans, and I don't get to talk is cheap.
But that's okay.
Talk to me, they paying me.
Belichick always has a plan, and he obviously figured it wasn't the time to make Baltimore
come and go. You stay down like this, you rock me.
There is some
Okay.
good reason to think that Baltimore will break out as a sub. Belichick has a great
real on the low trying to do what I do though. Yeah, so you prepare them and let you know. They probably told you I'm scared, but I'm ready though. No, the industry can't take the hood out of me. About to go get some.
Belichick has never struggled to find unstopping forces.
I like it, but don't give a
At 6'4",
that's how I live. She told me she wanna have kids. I told her don't know what that is. That ain't how we speak. I broke her heart into piece. She probably gonna talk out the kid. I be feeling like I don't be popping enough. I be hopping in, showing my earth if I want. Hang up the phone on the app like the number. I told you don't play with me. She be acting funny, probably thinking me. She say I'm a thought I was taken. I'm ready to mingle. Just saying let go. I always had a
very solid rookie
with
year
a
on
trend.
average.
I'm known to say that I play quick TV. Wanna make billboards and get the fees. But baby, then yeah, I never one song on the billboard. He still got you ain't never see me hate on no. I think it's better. I'm trying to go shop with. Yeah, what you need? We having the
stretches.
and they move back, and you can imagine that on the way. My broke ass like it's mad. Have him with the act, come on. Everybody saying I'm not on y'all. But like, hey, are we talking about practice? I be feeling like I don't be popping enough. I be humble. I'ma keep showing my earth if I want. Hang up my phone right here, like no. I told you don't play with me. Be talking about be acting funny, probably thinking me. I thought I was famous. Thought I was taken. I'm ready to mingle. You saying let go.
Plus, the Jets signed former Cincinnati Bengals tight end CJ Uzomah. Not to mention their promising running back duo of Michael Carter and rookie Brees Hall. You know that
When it come to you,
a lot more with those guys.
issue with
So
trust.
before an album
Won't let no one get a piece of your love. Yeah, base it on loyalty, base it on us. I ain't the picture perfect type, but I'm making it up. You say you want a bad flipper, I can't get enough. I'm with your number when I'm with you, I'm bitter. It's forbidden fruit on apple juice. Can I sip on the cup? Mix it with some.
Patrick Surtain II.
You chosen.
Very good.
Get up when you open. It's a. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Up when you open. It's a. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only.
Cause you chosen. Sound is in the air, no, you can't bring no phones in. We walk in and I'm like, what's all the commotion? No, we can't step a foot in here if we don't know him. Treat you special, girl, I hit you with the roses. Can't say your boyfriend needs to control it. Get along better with me.
Also, keep in mind
Up when you
Girl, you chosen. Up when you open. It's. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Up when you open. It's a. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only.
It was a surprise to see the new
Yeah, brand new Rollie got you frozen. 2 more.
Yeah, just spent a ton of money at Kenny Collins.
She wanna go up.
Already assaulted guys and sleep.
Like she voting. I like when you talk that to me. There ain't nothing new, but you know how to do it to me. We can make a and a rapper, you got a ninja jacuzzi. She love me like Lucy. I'm a dog like Snoopy. You sweating out your weed, rich, I ain't cheap when I like what I see.
Girl, you chosen. It's a. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Up when you open. It's a. That you give it
NFL quarterback and Daniel Jones throwing him the ball. If Tony was playing on a team with an elite quarterback, we'd have zero doubts about his ability to break out. But it feels like he won't fully hit his ceiling until he gets a better QB, and the Giants decide to utilize him more. But why would they? Slayton, Shepard, and Galladay are all capable 1,000-yard receivers if healthy. We're not classifying Tony as a bust, we just don't think he's going to hit that next level in year 2. Breakout, Rashad Bateman. The moment the Ravens traded Marquise Hollywood Brown to the Arizona Cardinals, it made Bateman the new #1 wideout in Baltimore. The Ravens drafted Bateman 27th overall in 2021. Though he was limited to 12 games last season, Bateman salvaged 46 receptions for 515 yards and 1 touchdown. Keep in mind that he did this without Lamar Jackson for the final stretch of the season, and with Brown and Mark Andrews each putting up 1,000-yard seasons. With Brown and Sammy Watkins gone, there is no one on the roster who can possibly challenge Bateman as their leading receiver. It's going to be his time to shine with Andrews and Jackson.
Diablo.
Bateman has the ideal combination of speed and size at 6'1" and 193 pounds, with an expanded role with Jackson fully healthy for 2020.
My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like jumper.
Trust us, this is not a knock on Pitts at all. We know he's going to be a perennial Pro Bowler, and perhaps the best tight end in the league once Travis Kelce slows down. Pitts' skill set doesn't have him on this list. Rather, it's the flawed roster that the Falcons have pieced together around him over these last few years. Pitts hit over 1,000 receiving yards last season with Matt Ryan feeding him the ball. But the 2016 league MVP was traded to the Indianapolis Colts this offseason, prompting Atlanta to roll with a QB room that includes Marcus Mariota and unproven rookie Desmond Ridder. That is hardly ideal for Pitts. We're just struggling to see how the former 4th overall pick will build off a superb rookie year with Mariota or Ridder.
Fit.
Tossing him the ball. Mariota is a decent school-bred QB, but he's never really flourished as a pocket passer. You gotta think that Arthur Smith will want a more balanced offense with Mariota and Cordarrelle Patterson in the fold. And let Mariota run it.
She had the video trying to be in this scene. Used to fantasize about being this scene. Bluegrass girl, she got big dreams. Can't touch me, I got instincts. Locked in the house, but I'm plotting things. I brought a gang to the party with me. 5 white boys, but they not in sync.
Join us in the comment section. If you like this video, hit the like button of 7 and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time on TPS, though, subscribing is a free activity. Because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
There's a financial path that helps you live authentically. Planning for a family, budgeting for getaways, saving for what's next. We'll help you plan for the road ahead. We proudly support the LGBTQ+ community.
I told her to sneak my look in the club, flirt with the security, I like you, babe, you got them.
What is going on, guys? We are back with another video of Madden 22, and today it's not really another, but more or less the video, which is going to be a long rebuild of our Las Vegas Raiders franchise that we did here on the channel earlier this year. We honestly, I don't think it was like 4 months, 3 or 4 months now that we have uploaded on this series. Of course, I could have maybe continued it, but I feel like, once again, the team was still, developing, but it's also that counter argument that if it's still developing and you want a Super Bowl, is there really much more to There are a whopping 10 new NFL head coaches entering the 2022 season. That's right, nearly 1/3 of the league's teams are being led by a new voice. It's not easy to evaluate all these newcomers, not to mention the 5 other head coaches who are only entering year 2. But we've done our due diligence and ranked them all anyways. So without further ado, here are the rankings for all 32 NFL head coaches entering the 2022 season. Number 32.
Definitely.
Matt Rule, Carolina Panthers. No head coach has a hotter seat entering 2022 than Rule. The Panthers gave him a $62 million contract in 2020 to turn this team around. But awful quarterback play has set Carolina way back over these last 2 years. The Panthers traded for a competent starter in Baker Mayfield to hopefully solve their QB woes. Rule hasn't proven to be cut out for the NFL. And if things do get better in 2022, it's likely back to the college ranks for the former Baker coach. Number 31, Matty Burns, Chicago Bears. Even Louis gives his first head coaching stint following a successful
They're like other balls and everything.
There are way too many questions about how he'll actually handle head coaching duties on a rebuilding team with very little talent. The good news for him, expectations will be much lower. Number 4, Emmanuel Adebayo. Doing well with Aaron Rodgers as a head coaching gig with Russell Wilson will now serve as his quarterback.
Yeah, this is technically his best. This is sure. This one's going down. Sure. Dude, yeah, 30. Motherfucker, 36. Yeah, you playing back good. 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him. I'm giving it to Jabari.
That's a pretty tall task, but Dan's track record gives the team and some hope for progress in 2022. Number 28, Mike McDaniel, Miami Dolphins. The former San Francisco 49ers favorite and longtime pal of Kyle Shanahan now gets a chance to shine in South Beach. McDaniel will be tasked with helping to protect my lower coaching and staffs. With Tyreek Hill and James Blunt rounding out a Eagles offense, it'll be fun to see what schemes McDaniel comes up with. Number 27, Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota Vikings. When you're the OC of a Super Bowl winning team, it usually puts you in a good position to land a head coaching gig somewhere during the ensuing offseason. Such was the case for Kevin O'Connell, who takes over for Mike Zimmer in Minnesota. O'Connell has an offense-first background and could totally elevate this Kirk Cousins-led group to another level. But because he's a rookie, we can't have him too high on this list. Number 26, Robert Saleh, New York Jets. Saleh's first year as the Jets head coach didn't go so well. Fortunately, the Jets don't have to be a playoff team in 2022, but GM Joe Douglas went great lengths to improve the roster on both sides of the ball, especially on defense. And with Saleh supposedly being a defensive guru, you have to expect this unit to improve after finishing dead last in the NFL last season. Number 25, Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions. Never mind the Lions' record last season, Campbell was awesome as the leader of a rebuilding team that entered the campaign with no hope at all. The players quickly adapted to Campbell's fun-loving, charismatic personality. This is a scrappy, invited team that has adopted a more positive culture following toxic acquisition era. Lovie Smith, Houston Texans. This is a Swiss head coaching stint in the Bears and Buccaneers, leading Chicago to a Super Bowl one appearance and the 2010 NFC Championship game. The ultimate players coach, Lovie Shamesh, nicely
Where your shipping address, type of cell. All your tabs go everywhere you go. Where you can surf without getting pitched. There's no place like it.
He got extremely well at Atlanta team to win 7 games Kyle Benson and the pass catcher career, for sure Smith would come up with a creative offensive play. Josh McDaniels McDaniels has a chance to continue himself as a head coach. Although he gets from the Bills assistant for the Broncos that lasted less than 2 years. He starts as a winning assistant, didn't play for his first rookie back to the And now he gets to work with Derek Carr, Vontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, and Jordan Love. It's early and all, but you gotta think McDaniels feels much better in Vegas than he did in Denver. I am the helper, no helper. Dennis Allen, don't forget that he had served as head coach during the season with the shutout and dominating his Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Peyton aside last year. We have little doubt that things will remain competitive with Allen now.
No way you have fucking got that.
Number 20, Brandon Staley, Los Angeles Chargers. On the one hand, the Chargers won 9 games last year. On the other, Staley, who comes from a defensive background, saw his defense crumble time and time again despite all that talent. And his overly aggressive decision-making on offense that got the Bolts into way too much trouble at times. But hey, we love the fearlessness he displays. And these Chargers eager to contend long-term with Justin Herbert leading the way. A playoff berth in 2022 should shoot Staley way up in our rankings next year. Number 19, Todd Bowles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bruce Arians' surprise retirement led to his longtime defensive coordinator taking over the head coach. Bowles was Miami's interim coach in 2011 and the Jets head coach from 2015 to 2018. Bowles has a chance to lead a championship caliber squad. Tom Brady will make this a lot easier.
Yeah, struck another truck when I guess I prefer me going that because service truly the same, so the difference I never tell. He's sending like it's the mail. Captain Bitch, he said it's sail. Excel like Microsoft on all of these other fails. His trail never derail. His mental's the holy grail. As the stress gets released from the simplest stuff that hails, it's still from all the chanting like he holding up a strike. The mic's his only light, a light, my only vice. It bites, it's like a satellite. I see them trying this. Feel I'm in the skies. I've been granting this kid's wish. It's kinda ridiculous, like thoughts of St. Nicholas, breaking and leaving gifts for all the world's underprivileged kids. Quit with the ignorance, the emperor's legitimate, and learning never gets it. They never getting it, I'm making it clear. All the haze took focus as these jokers appeared. I've been celebrating, I already know it is there. He stayed face, no break, I'm just peeping the rear. And I've been living out of love, they living in their fear. I changed ways, I'm cruising but never changing the gears. They say that he back, actually I've been at it for years. Dreams the side view mirror, they closer than they appear. Just beware of the emperor, I play the game's vendor. He raps Wes Anderson, directing these beginners. Too illustrious, I lead a sucker fist to the pretenders. Made tenders as I play Simba. That's dinner, I remember when my shine was a little bit dimmer. Now it's bright in the light, I leave them blind from the shimmers. They trying to play the blinds, I leave them falling like timber. Designed to rise from this abyss, this kid's art differs like shimmers. See the coldest vibe alive, it is evident. I put the pride to the side, it's irrelevant. An angel like mine, no mine, heaven sent.
It's amazing that he screams out a division title and regular season wins over his guys. Love him or hate him, Carson Wentz is an upgrade over any QB Washington has used in the post-2000s. They're opportunity to raise your franchise into a borderline playoff contender, and that's admirable enough. If he can help the Wentz regain that 2016 form, Riverboat Ron should be in the Coach of the Year conversation. Number 14.
This team is terrible.
Dallas
Hello, this
I
team.
can't deny that Dak Prescott has been so much better under McCarthy than Jason Garrett. But Jerry Jones and Cowboys fans expect a playoff run every year. So 0 postseason wins in 2 years isn't enough. This may sound unfair, but it feels like McCarthy has to win at least one playoff game to salvage his job. Such is life when you coach the country's most popular football team. Number 13, Zach Taylor, Cincinnati Bengals. All Taylor did in year 3 was lead the Bengals to an unexpected Super Bowl appearance. See what this man can do when he has a full season of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And Taylor will be in the top 10 next year, and he can be his last season. Number 12, Kevin Stefanski. Stefanski was named Coach of the Year in 2020 after what he can do with a much more competent quarterback. If the Colts don't get into the postseason, the coaching staff could become awfully hot to get Number 10, Pete Carroll, Seattle Seahawks. We know many Seahawks fans are frustrated with Carroll and his apparent okayness with Russell Wilson pushing for a trade out of town. But come on, our 9 winning seasons from 2012 to 2020 speak for itself. We are baffled that he's going with Drew Lock and Geno Smith as his quarterbacks for 2022, but that's all. One or two bad seasons does not change the fact that Carroll is still one of the best in business. Number 9, Kyle Shanahan, San Francisco 49ers. Ignore the injury-ridden seasons in 2017 and 2018. When the 49ers are healthy, Shanahan's squad is up. The 49ers sweep into the playoffs on the final day of the regular season.
That's what I got to players, you make all the choices for and Madden stuff. Sure, that's okay. So it's so bad. It's fucking up how fast I go. But I got 2K is like. So that's pretty real. Like, look on the return. Yeah, I think $90. Cause like people like Kyle Lowry in the Hall of Fame. I would love to know Hall of Fame with this stat line. Good champion. Chris Paul is not good, but he's the Hall of Fame. We have Metal Dream, we have the Hall of Fame a lot there. And Brian's to go. I like how y'all see the Hall of Fame. Yeah, pretty good there. Electric was in the Hall of Fame, yeah, he was. Like Griffin, not in the Hall of Fame either. He had like 6 All-Star appearances. How do we get a break? How do we get a break? Let's get a break from the time we really good times. I see that. But honestly, some of the games about it. Somebody. He was better than me. He's so stuck, man. I don't know this. He was stuck there, like, 18, we don't even know what's happening. Come on, we'll retire at 14. It's over. Oh, he was tired. Like, Game Life. Chris Paul. That's what I was like. Chris Paul, like, years ago, he had about a triple first. To be honest, he had the best players to play by no competition. This is AD, probably. It's 80 play up his face, fucking around. Paul is here. And I was like, the next, like, he's more memorable. Makes him beat the money. Of course, he's never to play the money. And you are, this is same. So, but I can return his jersey. Same time, though. He's still want to watch it. Well, I want to edit it. Oh, what the fuck? We're not playing. I don't want me on the chat. Jabari, Scooter, Levine. He's got these people to play by yards. Levine, yikes. DJ. Okay. I want to go. And I'm stuck up. I'm definitely out my trigger. Right. So, yeah. What is it number? This jersey. It's still really the morning. What's the future? Oh, so nice. You know what? I'll change the jump tomorrow. If you don't react to this. Please check out what's 24. You ready? Don't reject it, Tim. I want to see this weak ass. Oh, niggas is wild. but I'm don't be tied up, people. Oh, shit, second contract. What is it? 18 of it. We could do it. Not my own, is it? I'm gonna keep this one until we get this one through. You don't be that bad. The fucking Knicks. Look at my picks. I have 9, 14, 14. Water. And 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like Knicks, 18. Sexy Billy. I want to see his LeBron's MVP. Really fixing him. See, I was Twitter shit. Pretty cool. I mean, outside cat was Twitter. Young check. Really. Loving him, baby. Good choice. I think it's good. So does it fall through the wood? I like Dorsey. Yeah, Chip England is okay. Good deck design, maybe. Okay. Fun on it. Why didn't it go on? I don't know. Okay. I can't see the bound in the GM. Coach maybe. They have a Dwight Howard coach. Don't have nothing to do coach. You know, like fucking peace. You know, God, put your honesty there. It's supposed to be a big team in the game. There's the ball. I didn't ever surface to mine. The way I was doing. Still Brian, I see mine. Brian, try out there. I'm not better. Brian, I don't see mine. I'll probably do this one. I'll just say. I'll just do it. I'll fire this one straight. Yeah, I have a bomb. That's me with a bomb, man. A bomb knows me pretty cool. Yeah, move up, bitch. I'm gonna get your camera. I'm gonna go.
spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Ain't like a laser tag. Wish never rich. Dripping on these G's is a beanbag. I've been going jeans cause I'm cool, right? Checking from my fan like a fantastic. I was bucket sleeping on the mattress. Looking like a when nobody jumping in got a V with a V-long jean jacket. They can see me even if you have 3D glasses. Head in the bikini, she from Calabasas. Got a pocket full of blue cheese. I'm a sucker for these hunters, got a cash fetish. Studying these hunters, I'm a mathematic. And this love make me wanna buy my dedicated. This love got me, I don't need it. Let it know. Calls on my wing ball captain. Alien feel like I'm living on my own planet. I'm a spaceship, I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Ain't right like a laser tag. Wish never rich. Sleeping on the G's, this is beanbag. Got red going jeans, cause I'm cool, right? Chanel shoes overseas, they were pan leather. Shop in Tokyo, Japan, they the best of it. Bare t-shirt, sleeve button up. Top turn the bird riding anywhere. Got a band down and send a pearl pallet. Man, we spit it down, call it booty sweat. Dripping like a 9-helper. It's green, not a guy, be a night. Columbia at times, I've been messing. There's 100 times still.
Oh my god, no. Oh, Frank Vogel. Yeah, Frank Vogel. Time to get it. Really so funny. Cheaper. I like the yellow. Yellow. And the first one.
Once I see her, I give her that just like it, then I leave her. I can't get caught up, I can't be on look at them people. You know what it is, go put that before they breaches. Before they breach, I'ma get out these chillin' strike and I'm pouring my whole lot of money instead of coming forever. I'm living my life like a I'm straight out the knife, I came up. I'm straight from the knife, I went bought me a dropped off the punch and bought me a bought in the J, cause my dog out of don't give a when it will be gone. I'm in my kill on my got it, on my aim on point. Give me pain in my joints. Money bun. I want 2 thoughts, I want both of it. I know how to handle these ones, I'm a damn it. Ain't one reason live in one. You know I'm from.
1, 2, right?
In the car and it sound like a first alone. Like Bandicoot, we bout to crash. No remote, I'm the post by the push and I drag. I the feeling in them. Did it now you do the math. If you see come my son on high, why ain't we give him a bath? One defeat, rockin' then I go long. He receive it, I can't see it. My wrist look like the snow cone maker. Once I see her, I give her it just like it. Then I leave her. I can't get caught up, I can't be on. Look at them people. You know what it is, go put it before they breaches. Before they breaches, I'ma get out this I'm striking, I'm throwing my whole lot of money instead of keep coming forever. I'm living my life like a man know the making it happen. I like the bougie, but keep me fantastic. Cartier straight out the plastic, diamonds and all of my glasses. Good magic, straight out the basket. They say them young
half. The money too old, it's going nasty. The way we pay, we been giving too many passes. Too many. Drop a bag of cash.
Oh, 4
in the fastest. Plastic, new attachment, get tactical. They stole the flow, then they tryna run off with the fashion. My neck up freezing, just give us the reason, make this look easy. Couple of hundreds with the stones. What's your issue? If you got a black outside the street,
one, two.
They got me heated. Don't play with the game, they know they can be undefeated. I get
you need to get to 4. Oh, so good. Running down, right? No, no, you don't want to. Maybe I can open it up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job, 3 people. I'm not really gonna stay. What is it? Let me just try to start. I just want to go to bed. I want too much fun. I want to get an ice. Oh man.
Can't be fixed. With the names and spent the nick. How you pull that don't make sense. I made a whole mile off an inch. I had 99 problems. I just scratched off the list. Amazing winning. Salt on out my neck. I've been getting it since a teller. I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto. Handle my problems. I ain't scared. She proud of what I said. I don't follow in my footsteps like
so good to oh, it's Cam Boozer. Oh, okay. Let's see what that's supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen. So, can we press that up too? Because I don't want this to start. But, let's just press that. You go do it. Look at the mix at, not you? T-Dog must have been easy. It works out for us on online. It's nice to be rich. I don't like this way down away. It's more. It's cool. So I want to trade down. That's what I give away. Thank you for this. I'll take that. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I should know this is. John Collins straight over the line. Devin Banks.
There's a gnat in here. Out of here, Nat. Got something to tell me, Nat?
Or is he occupied 15K? I'm gonna do this. It's a number. It's so good.
Cuff my place myself on house arrest. Locked in. Judge, jury, bailiff, vet. When it rains, I'm dry. Sun shines, I'm wet. Doing about 50-11 sets. Ignoring your text like sweet babies who cry in the church. Or if your partner got yesterday, the school come first. My favorite color's yellow. Maybe because I'm mellow. And I got so much style. It's probably because I'm ghetto. My mommy never cooked the Cosby dinner. And oftentimes I took an L from Mrs. Winters. But I'm getting off the subject. Off the boat, got my luggage, but the quote had light starts to echo through my mind. So I'm rushing now, hushing now.
Katie's gone. Kyrie's gonna go. It's my best ass. You don't have
You can be yourself, don't be shy. Take your time, don't you?
Dressing like that Thursday in November, know that they'll remember style. Boil it, then let it simmer down. We between the breeze, the twist of single-leaves. No more while the rings of memories, we rocking the intricacies of our logic. No hands on my project, still got my hand on my. He more Malcolm than Martin, a bit more Baldwin than both. You need a cauldron for mixing. So many fish bowl can't cope. You cracking jokes about the soap. We more concerned with the truth. Burning the booth, burning the wick at both ends. Straight back, I'm gon' sting in the light. Lately I've been waking up at night, tryna beat the day. Overconfident, I can't be eating late.
For the light. Lately I've been cut the cord to my bungee. You can be yourself, don't be shy.
Yeah.
Take your time, don't.
I know, but you heard what you heard, so you poked your head in, got suspicion confirmed. Been on my feet for miles, so my soul got some burn. Still on my can't hold me down, you gon' get a turn. Yeah, famous last words, nothing sacred no more. Either take what you want or you make what you earn. If I keep you, I promise I'll pray for you fresh like ooh. If you love me, grease my scalp with this like ooh, yeah. What's the worst thing that can happen? Use the answer.
Bags in the caddy, I'll take care of you. Big bands they keep adding. Choppers I'ma already carry you. Better plan his memorial. Send his ass to the Holy Ghost. Tryna say how his story goes. Brody got shot on the block. Bear sat dick for the ops. He tryna cuff on the thigh, no. She tryna fuck on the squad. Better plan his memorial. Send his ass to the Holy Ghost. Tryna say how his story goes. She wanna fed me with the drugs. Fuck up a perk. She started family with the drugs. You gon' get murked. You try to play me on my girl. Bro on the shirt. You try to play me.
Remix off the corner with the money I got.
He steps it. Oh no. It's a big shit. It was calm down. I thought I was fine. Well, I didn't really kind of acknowledge it more. So, like, you didn't stick it. Arjun. Yeah, you did. Really, it's too again. KD already has a ring. Don't get you going. Most of them are. I think you'll see the more Clay, I'm gonna say this. Marcus Simon, what else can I say? Like, Curry is interesting. He is already there. You know what's crazy? He missed a year though. Katie was the year. Now is he older? Katie Capri one and done. He didn't have a dozen. So, he did that, but he won after before. Oh, yeah, he's younger. He's 4 years apart. I think he would actually play all 4 years of my kids. You know what's crazy to me? Look at this. Like, Curry's older than Durant, dude. That's 2 years than Durant. And Butler's only 1 year. You guys fucking 4 years after him. Or more. You should know this one. 2 years older than 18. But you guys at 2011. Oh man. You guys are older than each other now. 2012. 2010. Who's really 13? Damn, 2011. How young he is. That's 2011. He's 20 fucking 15. This is the most wild. 2015. 15 is what it is. Curry, I think he was 3 years or something. Katie was on the draft. But yeah, I'm gonna sign some of these dudes. Maybe they say maybe they got $100. Remember to the day I couldn't like it. The more is wild. You want to retire. Like these, look at Curry. Curry was halfway. Curry was like, he's down. Curry was that way. He acted like money. He's my career. The more is like fucking up. He go to him. He's like, I'm down for the minute. If I to go to him, I'm gonna ring. You asked for 8 million. You go ahead and make it. They got 100 in the other hand. Go fuck the eyes here. Hey man, this one. She will boost. She will. It's just right. Yeah, I mean, you better boogie here. You go, Barry. See y'all. You are here, honestly, with all of them. That's it. You know, what's the moment? He just come on NBA team, man. Get him complain. Remember my grandma's Hall of Fame game, kind of like you too. Clay, he's Hall of Fame, bro. Before that. He's not before that. He's Hall of Fame, dude. PG's a Hall of Fame. He had a ring. I don't know. I don't know what PG. I would trade him. Or he would have going on. The more, I think it's better to make up more in a minute. Not just make the next minute or the first minute. He's like, he's gonna make all this. But that's now, holy shit. Top tip. I'm just love it. You should go. So stats. I don't know.